Consider this sentences. I write this letter to please you. Second, I wrote this letter in your very presence. Third, I shall write another letter tomorrow. So these three sentences. First, the verb is write, which refers to present tense. In the second sentence, we have the verb wrote, which refers to the past tense, and the third is shall, which refers to the future tense. A verb that refers to the present time is said to be in the present tense, that is, I write, you write, I love, they play. And a verb that refers to the past time to be in the past tense, that is, I wrote, I loved, she played. And in the future tense, the verb that represents is known as the future tense. I shall write, I will love you, and that's all. So first we have to know the usage of the present tense. Present tense, that expresses the sentences in the present form or in the present time. So like I love, you love, they love, he loves, everything that. And we have to know the use of the present tense. First we will begin with the simple present tense. Simple present tense is used in expressing the immediate presence, like it is very cold, and also in commentary of here and there, like here comes the captain, there goes the train, to indicate the present period, like my mother works in a school, my father works in an office, our school has a big garden, our house has a big hall, this way. And third, to express a situation that is permanent, supposedly a train which runs from Delhi to Mumbai, our office, which is our house or our office, which is facing the sides, that's which side, which direction, that is also coming under simple present tense. To express general truths like the sun rises in the east, the soul is immortal. To express regular or habitual actions, that is, he comes here twice every month, he practices English speaking every day. So this is the way. Now it is also used to express a future action. Future action means that what do we do next month, the school reopens and the examination commences. This way we are predicting the future through the simple present tense. In time clauses too, like when you come to Mumbai, you pay a visit to us. This is a time clause that when you will come, you will pay a visit to us. In conditional sentences, unless you work hard, you will not succeed. Unless you work fast, you won't be able to reach on time. In factual writing, also we get uh, like making of a tea. Pour 3 cups of water, bring it to the boil, put the water in the kettle, put 4 teaspoons, and so on and so forth. In dramatic narratives too, like in the film, Shah plays the important role. The audience was waiting anxiously, waiting. You can use both, but here simple present tense, so we use waits. The audience waits for the function to start. In report writing, also you will use the simple present tense. For someone is reporting, I hear you are moving. I hear you are moving. So that means that someone is reporting about you. And then comes the present continuous tense. It refers to the tense that is detecting something happening at the time of speaking, like we are having a meeting now, I'm feeling very tense now. And secondly, to emphasize the present moment, I'm working as a teacher, I'm currently working as teacher, she's spending the summer in Goa, she's spending the weekend at her aunt's house. So these are emphasizing the present moment. And here we can use the present continuous tense. In plan future actions, like we are going to have a debate next Sunday, we are going to meet at the railway station tomorrow. And to also indicate the progressive change, that the situation is changing these days, prices are looking up these days, the energy demand is increasing as the population increases. And to denote frequent actions, like she is always taking part in the sports or extracurricular activities in the school. She is always talking to him on the telephone. In habitual actions, like do you know if she is still playing golf these days, and he is seeing a lot of films these days. This is the difference. Now, take the two sentences. Rita always takes part in sports. Rita is always taking part in sports. First is the sentence is a simple present tense, and it shows that Rita is taking regularly part in the sports. And the second sentence, the present continuous tense, the second sentence, which says that Anita is spending too much time on the sports, more than the limit. So this is all about the present continuous tense. Now the simple past tense. In past tense, we know to indicate our past actions, like it rained yesterday, when did you come, when did you see her. These are all past tense. In past actions these things are, so they are in past tense. The train arrived 4 hours late, so this is to denote. And to denote the past situations, like he lived in Kolam during his childhood. Throughout 1998 he studied Sanskrit at school. So these are denoting the past actions which already have taken place. In the center of a village there was a famous temple. That means that now in the present tense there may not be a temple, but in the past there was one. And to indicate past habits and regular actions, we played a great deal in my school days. We read a great deal of storybooks in my school years. So we this is a past action that has already been completed. In subordinate clauses too, we use this. Mm, I wish I knew his name. Like if I were you, I would not have spent so much on conspicuous consumption. And in polite inquiries, like I hope he would excuse me. So it is in polite inquiries we use a simple past tense. It is very useful in everyday life. Now we come to the past continuous tense. Past continuous tense, there is a gradual development of the action in the present. Like it was getting dark, it was getting warmer, he was becoming more and more twitchy, and that's all. And actions in the progress in the past. Like it was raining all night, this. And to indicate repetitive actions, like he was always writing rude letters to me. Like it frequently repeated actions. In this case we are using past continuous tense. Like now he is not writing rude letters, he was always writing. At some time in the past he was doing that job. And with a time adverbial, like at 11 o'clock she was walking on the road. Like she was walking at 11 o'clock and now it's 2 o'clock, so she will not work. She may work, she may not work. So we are not getting that idea. And to denote actions which began before something else. Just as I was leaving the school, I saw my mother. So these are used in a situation which is action in progress in the past and describes a shorter action in the which is in the simple past tense. Like just I was living is past continuous tense. That shows that is followed by I saw my mother. So first I was leaving the school, then I saw my mother. To indicate a more casual or less deliberative action, like I was talking to the head of the department yesterday. That means that is a deliberate and less deliberate action. Like I was frankly talking, I didn't have a specific purpose as such. Now the present perfect tense. In present perfect tense we use have plus way form of the verb. Now it is the present perfect tense is used to refer to situations, past situations that are continuing up to the present. All my life I have waited for a better future. Like I had waited when I was young. I was waiting for the better future, and now still I have been waiting, and I intend to wait. So this is referring to past events that has continued. See, I all my life I have practiced playing football. Like now too I can play. I have been a player all my life. To express a past action, like I have been cared for him. I have cared for him since 7 years, and since 1997, or for 7 years I still care for him. So I have been caring. I will care for him now too. I'm caring. That means in a literal sense. Now to express what happened in the past without stating a specific time, like I have read the story but I don't remember the details. So now someone is asking to me that did you remember the details or you read the story, but I'm saying that I have read. That is a past action that is taken, but that is dragged onto the present because a situation arose or a question is being asked. To express an action that just has been completed. I have just explained to you the simple present tense. I have just explained you the present continuous tense, so you can relate it. The sun has just set. We have just finished our tea, or the sun has set. You can put or not put, just it depends. For repeated or habitual actions, for the actions which we are doing frequently many a times, there we use the present perfect tense. He has practiced the game regularly and he's sure to win. That means the game is not yet over, but we have an anticipation that he has practiced. That means in the past, we are referring to the past, that he has practiced the game regularly, and till today he has been practicing. So today is his match. Let us see if he wins, and we are sure that he will win. So he has practiced the game regularly is the present perfect tense. In news broadcasts, like you in news report, you see, you hear, like the government has decided to pass the bill. The Lok Sabha, the bill has been passed through the Lok Sabha. So this way, and to report a large number of sandalwood trees have been felled by a notorious gangster. In present, now let's come to the present perfect continuous tense. Let us write this. I just forget. In present perfect continuous tense, we link the past with the present. Like I have been working in the office for 10 years. I was working then. I was working in the past in the office, and still now I am working. I have no plans to quit, and I have been working. We cannot predict if you will quit today or you will quit tomorrow, but that's another thing. We will concentrate that he has been working, have been or has been working. To make repeated actions, like I have been asking for help from him. He refused to help his past tense. So I have been asking but he didn't give me any help. That means, now drawing conclusions. The present perfect continuous tense can also be used for drawing conclusions. Like Asha's eyes are red, so it is obvious that she has been crying. Until then, she has been crying. We concluded because her eyes are red. It may be due to other factors, but we are assuming it. So she has been crying. Then the past perfect tense. In the past perfect tense, we refer to an earlier past, which is a very early action, very previous action. It is more than past. Like I met my friend in 1995. I had already met his father 10 years ago, and the police had demolished all the floors of the building. And when from a certain point in the past a person looks back on an earlier action, we use the past perfect tense. We also use the past perfect tense to distinguish between the actions in the past. Like the patient had died when the doctor arrived. Like first the patient had died, then the doctor had arrived. So the patient was already dead when the doctor arrived. So we are distinguishing between two actions in the past. Both these things happened in the past, but yet was the patient died. As I told you that the past perfect tense not is before the past tense. To remember, in conditional clauses too, the past perfect tense is used. If I had known you were ill, I would have come to see you. So first, if I had known, then I would have come. So if I had known, so there is always a conditional sentences in this past perfect, in the usage of the past perfect tense. Now past perfect continuous tense. In the past perfect continuous tense, we will emphasize the time and duration of a continuous activity which took place before a particular time in the past. For example, take a example. The president came back from Tokyo where he had been meeting with the world leaders, with other world leaders. So uh, he had, when he was visiting Tokyo or had been settling in Tokyo for a tour, so he had been meeting the world leaders over that period, and then he came back. First he had been meeting, then he came back. He went, then he met the leaders, then he came back. The doctor was very tired because he had been working alone. The doctor, what is the first thing that happened? He had been working alone. Then the doctor became very tired. So he had been working alone. Now, for drawing conclusions, Amit looked tired. He had been working late at night. So, first he was working late at night, then he looked tired. Now, repeated actions. Joe had been calling him every day, but Joe did not turn up. So, Joe had been calling. So, then John just declined the offer. In the simple future tense, we are going to use how will we determine to predict what we think will happen. One day people will travel to Mars. One day people will explore space and visit the sun even. So this is our predictions that could happen in the future, that can be near or depending on the type of tense, and to indicate an offer or a promise. Like I will give you a gift on your birthday, I will give you a smartphone if you pass in the exam. So to indicate an instant decision, it is very hot, I will put, like I am telling what I will do next at the moment of speaking only. And it always, the simple future tense always continues with phrases like be sure, think, expect, suppose, hope, believe. I expect we will win the match. So there are other ways of expressing this, like he is going to see the principal tomorrow, and he will see the principal tomorrow. So there are many tenses you can use to express similar actions, but here we are concentrating on the future tense. Now comes the future continuous tense. We are indicating an action over a period of time, and we are just taking the part that we are in the middle of the action at the same period next year or next day. This time next week we will be driving through Nepal, which means that this time that now I'm standing in the present, so this same time tomorrow or next week we will be in the car and we will be driving through Nepal. So this is the future continuous tense. It is also used to refer to planned events related to travel and tourism. She will be reaching Paris on the 17th of December. So we are saying that she will be reaching Paris by. on the 15th. So we are relating to tourism travel, and mainly in this area of tourism and travel we use the future continuous tense, and where we use it is to indicate an action which is a result of a routine. I will be seeing Rita tomorrow, we work in the same office. So this is an action because this is my routine, because routine is what that we work in the same office, so we will be seeing each other tomorrow. Then comes the third type, that is the future perfect tense. In the future perfect tense, we are referring. Now, I want to tell you that the future perfect continuous tense is not in use so much, but still, then we will do that. Future perfect tense, it is referred to an event that has not happened yet, but it will happen at a particular time in future. So here we use the future perfect tense. Will have heard. Perhaps by the time we will get back, he will have already started. So we are indicating that by the time we get back home, the event that has been proposed by him will have been started. So will have already be started, and I will have retired by the year 2025, and these are the things. And in the last, the future perfect continuous tense, we use will have been plus verb plus ing plus verb. Like, I shall have been writing for half an hour when this session ends. She will have been learning dance for 5 years by March this year. So we are indicating a time, and we are saying that this action will be finished. So this is all about today.